Welcome everyone, it is your boy TheFinalTapout, and today I've got a whole lot of Zephix news, episode 6. And we start off with EA. We've got this game in front of you. It's been out for quite some time, which is Fifa Street. And as you know, it was supposed to be the newest edition of the Fifa Street editions. And as you know, on the PlayStation 2 it was always like this cartoon character type of feel, and most of the time the game didn't live up to expectation. This game has some plus sides and some negative sides. I do find the game sometimes laggy and not smooth in some aspects when I'm playing the game. In general, I enjoy it because you get to do a whole lot more dribbling and just fooling around rather than as you would play on FIFA 12. As you know, FIFA 12 is just about getting that ball in the net. It's not really about dribbling or showing some style or just getting those like awesome type of goals, because most of the time those goals come by accident. That's the best way of saying it. And in FIFA Street, I see that I have a lot of time to jiggle around, just fool around when playing this game. So I do find it as a good buy, and I also think that you guys should go out and try the game. The demo is out on the PlayStation Store, I think also the Xbox. See whether you like it, as well as you can actually import your same soccer player that you made in FIFA 12. I think also the World Cup game as well, because I've actually made one core or one created soccer player, and I moved him from FIFA 10 to FIFA 12 and onto the World Cup soccer, and I'm also using him on this newer game. He's actually playing on the other team. The other team is losing at the moment. And the second thing I should talk to you about is EA. It's been revealed that EA is going digital. All their games, the NBAs, the NHLs, the FIFA games, all gonna be online. And what you're gonna do is that you're gonna purchase the rights and just download that onto your system. So you've got Xbox or PlayStation. I don't know about Wii. I don't know how that's gonna work out, but in particular, they're saying that everything's gonna be digital. They don't want any of their games to be physical media, and I think that EA is doing a very bold move, because as you know that they rumored that the PS4 and the Xbox 720, or I'll just call it the next Xbox, because I've got more news on that. And what they're saying is those consoles are going to be all for the future, and they are going to be based on just downloading and or it could be downloading, or it could be just playing on a server, rather than just you having to buy the CD and pay money and then look after that CD so it doesn't get any scratches. And you always try to trade in that game, so for example that's cutting profits from the game manufacturing people and as well as the console makers. So they just trying to nip that in the bud, as well as you also have hackers and cheaters and a whole lot of other people who do things with games as well. So they're just trying to nip all of that in the bud one time, as well as you can make multiple PSNs and multiple Xbox different type of profiles. They want to cut all of that out altogether. So that is why they say take it digital, give you one username, and you just have to play, download your games. If you screw up and do something wrong, your whole access is gone, and I don't know what you can do after that. But that's what they're trying to do when they're trying to move all this digital. Now EA jumps the loop. Before this can even come, EA says all our games are gonna be digital. Download our games and enjoy it. And I got a feeling that this is gonna cut a hell of sales, because one is not everyone has access to go onto that store and buy the content. And this is why I say this is because not because of internet. A lot of people don't have credit cards or to actually load up money onto that PlayStation wallet or onto the Xbox and then make that purchase to get that game. It's not about the internet connection. A lot of people have internet connections. It's just about having that credit card to actually load a purchase on it. Or I know the fact that most guys are going to say, okay, I can go out and go buy PSN cards and that kind of thing. I'm looking at the whole perspective. Not everybody does that. Not everyone goes into the PlayStation Store and downloads things. It's only the main hardcore gamers that go out and buy PlayStation cards and then load it onto the actual PlayStation and then go to the store and buy content. I don't actually see it from anyone else. I only see it on the hardcore gamers. So that's the first thing that you look at, as well as we can look at it as a positive side, because as you know on the PlayStation Store, and usually this is, new games are slightly more cheaper than you would actually buy it in the shop. It is the truth. So does that mean that EA is going to make the games cheaper for you? And we also need to talk about the EA servers. They're taking all this digital aspect, but not telling us about whether they're improving their own servers. Because as you know, the hell of games they have, that is laggy. If you don't believe me, if you're someone who played FIFA 12 when the game launched, and within the first maybe 5-6 months, whoa, it was laggy as hell online. There was a lot of problems with it, and that's down to EA servers. So I know you're giving us this, that no more physical media and you're going to digital, but can you please at least improve on your current servers as well? Then we also go on to the Xbox name. I told you guys, let's not call it Xbox 720 just yet. I know I've been saying it, but here's another news bite. As of Monday, this was Microsoft won the rights to actually have the Xbox 8 domains. What this means is there's a multiple amount of Xbox sites that's going to be linked with the name Xbox 8. So why were they fighting so hard to actually have this as a domain name for so many websites? Ask yourself that first. As well as if you turn the 8 sign to the right, it becomes the Infinity logo, which is what is affiliated with Microsoft as well. Then you also have Windows 8, and that's the newer software that's actually coming out. And if you just tie up all up together, that's the newest rumor that's out now at the moment, that what if the name is not Xbox 8? But then in the other perspective we need to look at it is that how the hell you go from 360 to 8? It just doesn't make sense, okay? But these are coming from analysts, and they saying that if you look at why would they fight for the name Xbox 8 in so many websites dealing with Xbox, and then say that you're going to be calling it the Xbox 720? Because we know all we know is that it's called codename Durango. That's all we know so far. Then we move on to our third part of news, which is Tekken Tag 2 or Tekken Tag Tournament 2, and I will be purchasing this game. You're going to be seeing the content immediately when it actually releases. The reason why is because I felt Street Fighter vs X Tekken did not live up to any hype, and the game wasn't this good enough, because although we had tag, we didn't have the same feel. Because as you know, when you're playing tag, you have to kill off both the opponents. In Street Fighter X Tekken, you could kill one guy and the round is just over just like that, and I didn't like the dynamics between the different fighters. And the graphics look brilliant. I mean, just go out and check on IGN or just look around, you'll actually see some videos. The graphics for this game looks brilliant. You're gonna have the real dynamics that you'll be able to tag with your partner, and you have to finish off both the guys to pick up a win. We also have a whole lot of new characters. Forest Law, they brought back Law with the long top. You've got a prototype Jax, which is like a full metal. You've got the usual Kangaroo, as well as now we also have I think his name is Alex. He used to be the small dinosaur character that used to be punching, and that was actually a classic character. And to bring him back, which is kind of cool, you can get back onto his name. I just know he's a small dinosaur. But I remember him, he was really back, and it's just good to see that they've added new characters for you to play with. And as you know, that Street Fighter X Tekken didn't live up to hype because it didn't run smoothly together as one, and the second thing was that people felt that these characters didn't mesh well together in movesets and actually just trying to do combos together. Whereas here you can have like Forest Law doing a bicycle kick, and then he's tagged in the usual Law, and that Law can also hit a bicycle kick. So let me know your thoughts on the Xbox and Tekken Tag down below.